What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is Marriage Bootcamp, season 16, episode 7. So, a couple of things went down on this episode. This is the sex episode. If you watch the show, you know we always get to the point where they talk about sex versus intimacy, and they do the whole thing with the puppets and all that. So that's this episode. But we start this episode off with a few things. First of all, and again, because I'm behind, I'm sure we've all seen this video clip already of Jocelyn finding out that she's lost custody of her daughter to Sleazy. What her baby daddy name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Anyway, I can see his face, but y'all know Sleazy. You know, Sleaze. You know. So, okay, Stevie J. My bad, y'all had to pause it. But, okay, so Stevie J. Now, so we find out that Jocelyn lost custody. Now, we heard about it in the news, and they really didn't get into all of the ins, outs, and the details, because to hear Jocelyn tell the story, Stevie J ain't never been a daddy, ain't never been around, ain't never done what he was supposed to do for Bonnie Bella. But clearly, a court felt like, I mean, I don't know all the details, but like the judge said, it takes a lot for the judge to decide to take a child from their mother. So I don't know what the situation is. I don't know what it is now. But in that moment, I did feel for Jocelyn, because at the end of the day, Jocelyn can be a whole lot of things, but you can definitely tell that she felt that, and she was in her feelings, and she was heartbroken. Like, there were no ifs, ands, or buts. It was not for TV. It wasn't no bullshit. That was genuine. You can definitely tell that. Ballistic. In that moment, in this episode, you saw the love. Like, you saw the love, you know, and he really cares about Jocelyn. He really cares about, you know, Bonnie Bella. And so I as a, you know, I'm not a mother, but from the perspective of a mother, I really felt for Jocelyn. And what I appreciate is that, you know, Dr. Ish, he saw it on the camera, and he went to go talk to them, and he let them know, look, y'all can sit out, you know, go ahead, do what you got to do, make the phone calls you got to make, be there for each other, and y'all can, you know, we don't have to, you guys don't need to come down and participate in this first exercise. Y'all do what y'all gotta do. For the rest of the house, they delivered champagne and pajamas, and they told everybody to put the pajamas on and come downstairs. And, you know, poor CeeLo, he was trying to pick it up, and he'd have knocked over the damn champagne. It looked like it was mimosas, because it was like orange juice, I guess. He'd have knocked it over. Poor thing. He was trying to just, you know. My favorite couple is Styles and his wife. I love them. I think they are so sweet, and I'm so rooting for them. They look so cute in their little pajamas. She had on her socks, her knee socks, and he had on his wife beater, honey. And what we found out in this, because again, the first game they played, they were in their pajamas, they were sitting outside, and they sort of were playing. It was like a 20 questions kind of game, and they were asking, you know, questions like, do you want to, you know, you want to be in a threesome? What is your, would you like to be tied up? And CeeLo's girlfriend was like, yeah. And he was like, really? You never said that? She was like, you never asked. And I find that so interesting, because, not to tell too much of my business, but when I have dated guys, like, we have those kinds of conversations. Like, I don't understand how you with somebody for the amount of years that they've been together, and y'all haven't had the conversation about, what do you like in the bedroom? What are your limitations? What are you willing to do? What are you not willing to do? Like, I thought that was a normal conversation you had with your significant other when y'all got intimate. Like, I don't have that conversation with everybody, but if you get ready to be intimate with somebody, I thought that was normal. Like, to me, that's a basic question. Would you let me tie you up? I thought that was like, that's not even like high on the freak meter for me. I'm telling too much of my business. Okay, so we find out that Stu and Michelet, I don't know what the fuck is going on with Stu and Michelet, okay? And Stu, I definitely hear East Coast, I keep meaning to say it. I keep hearing the East Coast accent, Stu. You in that Baltimore Philly corridor, because the way you say certain words, you have that Baltimore Philly twang on it, you know, two, and a couple other words you say. I just need to hear you say the word dog, and I know exactly where to put you, dog. Because if it's Doug, then you Baltimore. But anyway, so Stu is definitely got that East Coast flavor or whatever. Stu, I don't know what, you know, Michelet complained about Stu not being I think her thing more is romantic, not wanting to kiss her first thing in the morning and stuff. But then we saw where he was trying to get him a little something, and she was like, no. And her thing was because he doesn't put any effort in. She was like, when he, when he feel on my boob, then I know what it is. He trying to go, and he doesn't really put any effort. And Dr. Ish was like, oh, so he wanted to have sex, you wanted intimacy. But again, I'm not understanding why we can't have these conversations. This is the person you are with. Why are y'all not talking about it? Why are y'all not having these conversations? I don't get it. I don't understand. Bianca and chose this. First of all, they were like, man, I don't want to hear about this. These, feel like you with your parents listening to them have sex. Okay, well, y'all chose to be on the show with a bunch of old heads. So, deal with it. And, of course, we know they don't have no issues sexually. That is the least of their problem. Hell, she'd have been pregnant 20 times. And clearly, intimacy is not their issue. Their problem is they use sex as a distraction and they don't deal with the issues. Like, they were having a situation because he got mad because she had a phone call or somebody in her DMs or whatever. She said they had sex, and then he woke up the next day and he was right back on that bullshit. And his thing was, well, sex doesn't solve the problem. And her thing is, but we had sex. Like, why isn't the problem resolved? So, and I agree, like, you can't use sex as a problem solver, but at the end of the day, y'all have to figure out. And Dr. Ish said they like that he feels like they like the cycle. They like the cycle of arguing, fighting, making up. Arguing, fighting, making up. He was like, but the problem is y'all can't handle it. Like, y'all are too fragile to really handle the whole breakup, makeup thing. And it gets volatile because y'all are young and y'all reckless with your mouth and all of that stuff. So they have a very unhealthy cycle. Now, Styles P and his wife, what we found out from them is when they not arguing, their sex life is on point. However, after the affair, the sex life, she started using sex more as a weapon against him. And his thing was, I felt like, I can't get, I can't go outside and get none because that's what got me in trouble in the first place. And then I ain't getting none here. And it's like, so, and I get it that you hurt, but you cannot use sex as a weapon, honey. You just can't do that. You can't use it as a weapon. So they have a break in between, and I feel like these couples really are building a bond. That's not to say they're gonna be best friends when they leave this house, but they're building a bond. And Styles P wife and CeeLo's girlfriend immediately went to go check on Jocelyn. They didn't know what was going on, but they knew something was wrong, and they immediately went to go check on Jocelyn. Now, Bianca and Chose went to go have sex, and Michelle and Chef Boyardee, they were talking. And well, before they went to go check on Jocelyn, they were having sort of a group talk, and they were trying to talk to Michelle and Chef Boyardee about their situation, and they were trying to get him to understand what it is that she's really looking for, what she wants. And Styles P broke it down. He was like, look, what you got to understand is she's been with some thugs. She's been with some gangsters. She's been with some people who have, not only mentally but physically abused her. And she's been through a lot. And you got to understand that. And he said, because the first time they had sex, she cried. And because she had been celibate for 2 years. And she said, it meant a lot that this was somebody that she said, the fact that I met somebody that I wanted to have sex with, it was very emotional for me. And she got upset that he told the group. And I'm like, well, that was what y'all was supposed to do, like had a conversation and share. But I don't know if she felt like it made her feel some kind of way or whatever. I don't know, child. I don't know. So, like I said, they went to go check on Jocelyn, and they told, Jocelyn, they told Styles P wife about what was going on. And Michelle definitely understood, because she said she's been through that, going through the courts for custody and stuff like that. She understands, and she's been through it. And they come to find out, they know Styles P knows Stevie J. And so she was like, well, he knows, you know, they say his name, your baby's father. Do you want him to call? And she was like, could you please, you know, get him to call? And I don't know what they wanted him to say. I guess they wanted him to change his mind. I'm not sure, you know, but it doesn't matter. Styles P did call, but Stevie J didn't answer the phone. And I'm wondering if Stevie J knew that they were all together, because I'm sure he knew where she was, but I'm wondering if he knew, and that's why he didn't pick up the phone, or if he just ain't pick up the phone because he didn't pick up the phone. I mean, you know, you call me 9 times out of 10, you're going to get my voicemail. So I don't think it was any intentional, but I just think that, you know, something I was thinking about when I was watching. I was just wondering. So then the second thing happened, which was really sweet, is that they brought Jocelyn and Ballistic into the situation, and they, you know, they tried to cheer them up, and they had them go through, they shared their pajamas with them, and they had them go through some of the questions and just have a good moment. They really did. They had a really good time. And again, you could see the bond. You could see that there was some genuine concern for them. And so they came down and they participated in the second half. And it's funny because at first I was thinking, Jocelyn need to leave. Like, they need to go do what they have to do. But then you heard Jocelyn say that she really appreciated, that she's glad she didn't leave because it's keeping her distracted. She's around people who care about her, and it's helping her deal with it. Because I guess it was really nothing, like, if you leave, it's nothing you can do. Like, the judge made his decision. Like, it's not like you could change it. Like, it's nothing you could do by leaving. So, the second half was the puppets, right? And CeeLo, I don't understand why CeeLo got irritated, but CeeLo got upset at some of the things that Sherry was saying about their sex life. And I don't know why he got upset by it, but he was something about, you know, he don't want people to think, I don't know what it was. I really didn't follow it. You know, CeeLo talking riddles. Sherry, you a better one than me. I like CeeLo as an artist. CeeLo seemed like a cool person, but a conversation, god damn. It's like you need a damn answer key to understand what the hell he's saying. Like, he's talking in hieroglyphics or some shit. I don't know. I don't understand what CeeLo be talking about. But anyway, he got mad. I already kind of talk about Bianca and Chose. They, you know, sex ain't their issue. Michelle and Chef, again, I think I kind of already just sort of touched on that. It's the difference between the intimacy and the other thing, and this was in the first drill. This was in the first drill of what they did. One of the questions was, have you cheated on your mate? And he's gonna answer, no, not yet. Like, the way he says shit, it's like he's trying to be funny, but it ends up coming off not funny, but coming off very just irritating. You know. But Sherry, I'm sorry, going back to Sherry and CeeLo, it came out that Sherry wants CeeLo to take charge. That in the beginning, he was more of the aggressor. Now she's more of the aggressor. And the question was asked, well, why? You know, he was like, well, yeah, sometimes, you know, she does want to have sex, but I don't want to have sex. And, you know, Dr. Ish asked him why, and he didn't really have a clear answer. But one thing he did say was, it's clear that they are yin and yang, and if they don't figure out a way to communicate with each other, then it's over. I was like, oh, okay, CeeLo. So I wasn't as worried about them in the beginning, but I'm kind of worried about them after this drill. Jocelyn and Ballistic. Now, Jocelyn, you a better woman than me, because she said that Ballistic has never orally pleased her, yet he's done it with other women. And I would have a problem with that. Like, if you're dating somebody that says, hey, this is not something I've done before, and this is not something I choose to do, and you accept it, then you accept it. That's cool. But to know that that's something they've done with other people, but they won't do it with you, I wonder, I personally would have an issue with that. Now, again, Jocelyn and Dr. Ish told her she gonna have to just accept it. Like if he chooses to do it, but you can't force him to do it. And I think that's part of it. Ballistic seems like the kind of person that the more you say left, he gonna go right. Even if he walking into a ball of fire, even if you are telling him to go left for his own good, he gonna keep going right because he's not gonna do what you told him to do. And I feel like Jocelyn probably said something about it when they first started becoming intimate, and now he's just determined he ain't gonna do it, or he ain't gonna do it until she stops talking about it. But see, again, Jocelyn, you're a better one than me because my thing is, if you don't get, I don't get. If I don't get, you don't get. So call me what you want. Anyway, and then I already talked about Styles P and his wife. That it's sort of being it's sex is sort of being used as a weapon, because of the infidelity, and that's just healing. That is just that's just healing. That's absolute healing. But they had a moment, with the puppets, and he got to crying, and it was real sweet. It was a real sweet thing. So overall, I feel like. For Micheline and Chef, I feel like intimacy is a big issue for them. I feel like with CeeLo and with Sherry, I'm feeling like intimacy, sex might be an issue for them. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm wondering if with CeeLo, if it's not dealing with maybe issues with his equipment, because I'm wondering if he's on medication, and we know he's getting older, if certain things are becoming an issue, and that's why he's not so quick to be intimate anymore. I'm wondering. Now, that's just me on the outside looking in. I ain't accusing nobody of nothing. I'm just wondering. I'm just asking. The older you get, these are real situations that people gotta deal with. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, that's pretty much what it was, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.